This is Ben Davison. Subscribe to Stephen Icon.
Now, ever since Deontay Wilder got absolutely battered, annihilated, pants pulled down and bare-ass spanked by Tyson Fury, where Tyson Fury ran away with Sophia, some of the Deontay Wilder fans, the fanatical ones, the ones who are not real men, as in they don't stand up and go, hey, listen, Tyson, congratulations. We're talking about the ones who go to bed every night crying because Deontay Wilder lost. They can't believe it. Now, since then, they're coming up with all kinds of reasons, excuses, and they're even going far back to 15, 16 months ago for the first fight. And they're coming out with this whole Glovegate thing. Now, we know who some of the channels are. Listen, they knew fine well that this wasn't going to go any further, okay? But they're doing it for clicks, for views, try and get subs, because they know there is a stupid audience out there who will buy in to their complete nonsense. Anyway, big up to Rob Weatherall. Well, he's finally put a nail in the coffin for any of those who are signing their petitions, this, that, and the other, regarding the first fight, the gloves, all that kind of stuff, where Rob Weatherall has contacted the California State Athletic Commission. Rob Weatherall, of course, is a part of the YouTube channel here on Mixed Combat Radio, so big up to my pal Rob. Anyway, he got a response from the Chief Inspector of the California State Athletic Commission, Mark Relia, and this is what he had to say. The California State Athletic Commission recognizes the importance of safety and security of the boxing gloves used in competition. We train extensively on our practice and emphasize attention to detail. Concerning the championship fight on December 1st, 2018, there are no pending investigations into foul play with the gloves used by Wilder or by Fury. On November 30th, 2018, glove selection process. These gloves went through a detailed inspection process. The chief second of both camps were present and able to inspect their opponent's gloves during this selection process. Once the gloves were selected, they were kept with the California State Athletic Commission personnel. Each glove was weighed individually to ensure compliance with the rules. On December 1st, 2018, the gloves were given to the assigned inspectors of the Fury vs. Wilder championship fight. There was direct observation and control of these gloves in the locker room by the California State Athletic Commission inspectors. As always, the CSAC, California State Athletic Commission, inspectors re-examined the gloves prior to allowing each fighter to put the gloves on. The gloves were pristine and compliant with all state-mandated rules. The gloves were taped on each fighter by the California State Athletic Commission inspectors. After the conclusion of the fight, as we do in all championship fights, the gloves and wraps were collected by the assigned California State Athletic Commission inspectors and taken to the California State Athletic Commission ringside table. The gloves and wraps were inspected by myself, the Chief Executive Officer, and shown to the California State Athletic Commission commissioners that were at ringside. The WBC personnel were also shown the gloves, which had not been tampered with. Note, the California State Athletic inspectors were highly trusted, tenured personnel who had worked on numerous World Championship fights prior to this event. Many of the California State inspectors assigned to this fight were also career law enforcement and security personnel. As the executive officer related, based on these practices and our personal observations, we are certain that the gloves used in the Wilder vs. Fury fight at the Staples Center were compliant with the rules and regulations governing gloves of the state of California. So there it is. So what's that telling you? Basically, Wilder fans, hold that L, put that L, take it on the chin, right where you would love Deontay Wilder's nutsack to be. All right? Because quite plainly, you're flogging a dead horse is what you're doing. It was complete nonsense. We always knew it was nonsense. But it didn't stop some of these uploaders and some of these fanatical Wilder fans who delved into the market of attracting the stupid. It is what it is, okay? And it's quite clever of them to do so, to open up this whole Glovegate thing. And there was nothing untoward in that fight. How Tyson Fury fights, how he flicks out that jab, and how he hand slaps Deontay Wilder. He'd never removed his hand down the glove. He never did anything to it. There was no tampering with it. It's just what happens with Everlast MX horsehair padded gloves. It happens in many fights over many years. Okay, this is why Deontay Wilder and his team never investigated it themselves in the last 15, 16 months. There's a good reason for it. So, sorry Wilder fans, you're going to have to take that L. The California State Athletic Commission will do no investigation when it comes to Tyson Fury's gloves. And they've given you the reasons why. They were fine the day before of the fight. They were fine when they were put onto the hand of Tyson Fury. And the California State Athletic Commission inspector taped the gloves himself to the wrists and the hands of Tyson Fury. He then got the gloves after the fight as well. There was no tampering. Oh, unless, of course, they were in on it. Of course, maybe that was it. But the truth is, the only person who got screwed in that fight was Tyson Fury, because he got a draw when everybody knew that he won that fight. So all you have to go on right now, Wilder fanatics, the Wildettes, is the fact that Tyson Fury used dirty tactics in the rematch. Okay, but again, that's Las Vegas, that's not California. So that's the only one that you've got right now, or the farmer situation with UCAD. But even then, UCAD has no jurisdiction when it comes to the WBC. The WBC has already said, we ain't going to do nothing with Fury. It doesn't matter what UCAD do. Or the British Box Border Control, we are not within their jurisdiction. He's staying as champion. All right? Simple as that. It doesn't matter. The UK can ban him for life. Makes no difference because he doesn't fight in the UK. So there's that one. And of course, the other one with him using dirty tactics. Well, if that was true, then they're going to have to open up every single case for every single fighter in the history of the sport, including Deontay Wilder's use of many, many dirty tactics with his wrists on the back of the head of opponents and punching on the back of the head and the side of the ear and all that kind of stuff that he's done. So we pretty much know what's going to happen with the Nevada State Athletic Commission as well. You can sign your petitions, you can cry, you can whine about it, but basically, you guys have been taking L's ever since February the 22nd in Las Vegas. Such is life, right? Sorry about that. I know you don't like it, but it is what it is. The California State Athletic Commission will do no investigation when it comes to those gloves. And these are the only, I repeat, the only authority to do anything about that particular fight and those particular gloves. And they ain't doing it. Sorry about that. You can come out of all your conspiracies. You can come out of all your videos, which of course they will continue to do so. And just to try and get more views, because again, there'll be more stupid people out there who just can't accept it is what it is. Listen, go right ahead. You ain't going to do a damn thing about it. There's nothing you can do about it. Anyway, source to this in the description box. Again, big up to Rob Wetherill of Mixed Combat Radio for finally getting this sorted and putting a nail in the coffin of Glovegate. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.